Hello everyone, it is your host, your friend, your boy, jetblackrlsh here with another exciting video. And in this video, we're going to talk about, can you summarize a character's powers and weaknesses in 3 sentences? Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because on the channel we do this thing called Who Would Win OC Battle, where you guys can offer up your own original characters. And in a 3 sentence description, you can give us your powers and weaknesses for your characters, and that's all we focus on when we do the Who Would Win OC Battle discussions. So whenever we try to figure out who would win in a fight between two original characters, we only focus on those 3 sentences and those 3 sentences alone. And I've heard a good few complaints from people that 3 sentences isn't enough to really flesh out your character's powers and weaknesses. But I feel like that's not necessarily true. And in order to give an example of that in 2 sentences, I am going to describe Superman's powers and Superman's weaknesses using only 2 sentences, meaning there's a whole third sentence for if you want to elaborate on anything in particular. Superman's powers are super strength, flight, invulnerability, super speed, heat vision, freeze breath, X-ray vision, superhuman hearing, and healing factor. So that's 1 sentence. Then for his weaknesses, the 2nd sentence, Superman's weaknesses are, he has no protection from magic, pieces of his home planet weaken him, he loses his powers under any sun that isn't red or blue, and against a strong enough opponent, his healing factor is rendered useless. That's 2 sentences. Now, I know that there are additional things that Superman is affected by that are not mentioned. For example, that under a blue sun, he gets like a special power boost. That the solar flare is an ability that he has where he can release all the energy from his body, and if he does, he doesn't have powers for 24 hours. And you may be like, so why didn't you include stuff like that? Well, for one, unless the fight is under a blue sun, that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, like the blue sun thing is like rather irrelevant. Also, under a blue sun, he gets an additional power, which is Superman vision, which he can use to bestow Superman powers to other people. But like I said, unless the fight takes place under a blue sun, that doesn't really necessarily need to be included. And when it comes to Superman's solar flare ability, Superman used that for like a period of time in comics, and he still has it, but it's such a rarely seen and rarely used ability. It's not really, there's no real need to mention it. You know what I mean? For this specific kind of thing. Because you got to keep in mind for these Who Would Win OC battles, we're creating our own original characters to participate in these fights. And unless for whatever reason those details are really important, they don't really need to be there. Um, I'm trying to think about something else because there's plenty of stuff that I left out about Superman. I didn't talk at all about how like his suit contributes to his abilities because because in certain incarnations of Superman, his suit is invulnerable. There's stuff like that. I didn't mention Superman's arsenal of stuff that he has in the Fortress of Solitude or anything like that. There's a lot that I left out, but the stuff that I put in is enough for us to, on a very like loose basis, understand what Superman can do and understand what Superman's limits are and discuss who would win in a fight between Superman and another character without diving deep into lore and things of that nature. Which, for something like Death Battle on YouTube, it makes sense why you want to dive deep into the lore and their different feats and all those different things. But for Who Would Win OC Battle, it's kind of designed for if you just want to make up a character on the fly and just, have a discussion about who will win in a fight, the character you just made up, or somebody else's character, you can just do that. And it doesn't require that anyone have extensive knowledge about anything. As long as you just have 3 solid sentences, and I mean from this, just 2 solid sentences really, you can understand enough about the characters in order to like discuss who would win in a fight. That's why I have it put in such a simple way, and I feel like it works the way it is. And this was my video trying to explain why I feel like it works the way it is. But anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. Also, tell me in the comment section below, do you feel like you can really summarize a character's powers and weaknesses in a very brief and concise way in 3 sentences, or do you feel like 3 sentences is too limiting? Definitely tell me your perspective in the comment section below. Thank you all once again for watching. Peace.